from the 23rd to the 27th of July. Here is at Wolverhampton's Grand Theatre. I have 4 other cast here with me now. We have Marcus, we have Jake, we have Daisy, we have Paul. Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Right, which end of the line shall we start? I think we're going to start with the main troublemaker over here. So tell us a bit about your role.
I'll tell you a bit about my role. So he is a young, quite impressionable, naive teenager in the 60s, and he's just trying to discover himself amongst this beautiful tribe.
So this is Claude.
Yes.
It's a journey for everyone involved, and Claude plays a big part in that, doesn't he?
Yeah, absolutely. I wouldn't necessarily consider him the exact leader. I think there's several pinnacle characters in the piece that really drive it. He is such an integral piece to the story. He's the storyline amongst all the many different kind of, what would I call them?
Tribe members?
Yeah, tribe members that have different views.
But I mean, for him though, he's deciding whether or not to sign up to go to Vietnam. He's got his draft papers, and I mean, this is a time where it's probably a little bit difficult for the youth of today to identify with in quite the same way. Yes, okay, we've got the movement of the youth at the minute going against climate change, and that's probably a reasonable analogy to a lot of the story. But when it comes to someone like signing up to go to war, that's a biggie, and that's not something that is done on force these days.
No, exactly. I mean, for one, we're not drafted up or kind of expected to join. We're able to make our own choices, and I think there's a lot more freedom nowadays, and this piece is so integral to that, so that youngsters and kind of middle-aged people and everybody understand that actually to not conform is actually an incredibly good thing.
So let's go into Daisy. So I mean, your part, Sheila, she's again central to your 3 characters' interactions, and this again, it's a big story to tell. So how do you approach it from your point of view, and who she is?
So Sheila is, we've sort of decided that there was 3 founding members of the tribe, which I think was us 3, wasn't it? Berger, Claude and Sheila. And she is a feminist. One of her first songs is titled I Believe in Love. So that's everything that drives her, is peace, free love, and equality for women. Yeah, I think that she obviously has the relationship with Berger. They're in love, but they have a complicated relationship. Nobody is necessarily together in the tribe, because I think everyone makes love to each other and is quite sexually fluid. But it's great. I've been really enjoying playing her.
And I suppose it's very much a little bit like a soap opera, which of course you have a little bit of experience of that style of show. And how does it compare to your experience on TV, do you think?
It's very, very different. I've never got naked on TV, so that's something. Yeah, no, it's a completely different ball game being on stage to being on TV. But I did stage before being on TV, so it was just refamiliarising myself with what I once knew. But yeah, it's a great change, very different, but enjoying it all the same.
Which is the important part. And it's an enjoyable show. And I mean, Jake, you get to you're one of the powerful fellas up there. You're making your presence known within the tribes.
Yeah, I think, like we said, there's. I think all the members of the tribe have an important role in a certain way. They are all kind of fighting for different things, and Berger's the kind of the loose cannon that kind of is a voice for people that don't necessarily want to say something themselves. He will do it. He will rebel against everything to be with his tribe, because I think he's quite a misunderstood character. I think he's very much wants to be loved by everyone, and he's very much afraid of the tribe breaking up, because without them he's got nothing. So he's a complicated character. He's very fun to play. Like, I just get to just mess around, really, which is brilliant. Mess around in a controlled way. Yeah, which I probably should have done my whole life. I'd have maybe done better than I have.
You're doing fantastic. Whatever this lot's like. Well, there we go.
Yeah, but he's good. He's good. He's a great character, and like I said, everybody is just amazing in the show, and it's nice. It's my first musical, so it's nice to do something different, not just reality TV, which is brilliant.
Bit of a change.
Yeah.
Marcus, obviously you get another exceptional character in this show, don't you? Tell us a bit about you.
I get to play a character called Hud Johnson, who is a black rights activist, and he joins the tribe. I kind of created a thread alongside Daisy, who plays Sheila, that we met at a feminist rally, and Daisy brings me into the tribe and introduces me, and that's where I understand that to get my concepts and my own individual the things that I want to fight for, the equality, the black rights, the female equality, all of it, everything, anti-nuclear, the lot, I know that my voice won't necessarily be heard as loud as a group, and especially a group that's as diverse and multicultural as our tribe. So yeah, I'm kind of manipulating Berger underneath it all. I'm kind of pushing what I need to go through him, because I know it'll be received in a different way from him than it would be from me.
But I mean, you all seem to have a massive energy about the show. I mean, you two guys, we know from music TV as the background, and I mean, that must be great, singing songs in a show like this, but really being able to belt it out and sing it with passion without being judged for it.
Absolutely. Well, you say that.
More judges now.
I think in a way, me and Marcus, because of the X Factor, will be judged in a way of we only get the show, not Marcus, not as much as me, because he's proven himself in musical theatre, whereas I haven't. So I felt like I had to come in here and work twice as hard, because I didn't want people to say Jake only got this because he's done a few reality shows, he's got quite a lot of followers, and he can maybe shift a few tickets by getting his chopper out. But it didn't work like that. Do you know what I mean? Like, I've put a lot of effort into working on my acting by watching these three, by learning how to sing properly, and yeah, it's been tough, but it's been very rewarding, I think.
You can agree with that.
Yeah.
It's tougher than you thought, wasn't it? You said
I thought it'd be easy. I was like, 8 shows a week, it's 2 hours a day, it's nothing.
Yeah, so it's a concert.
Can't be
every
as hard
time.
as working on the building site like I was, but turns out it is.
Yeah. But for the show itself, I mean, we've already alluded to the fact that there is the naked scene at the end. Was that daunting? Because it's done in such a way, it's not frivolous, is it at all? Is it? It is part of the coming of age of those involved. So
Well, it's a stand for, like, it's a protest, which is weird, because that happened in recently, and they were literally the other day took all their clothes off in an act for against climate change. So again, it's nice to see that something that we're doing that obviously was daunting originally for us, is still being mirrored in today's society, so it's still just as relevant.
and a way to use that power to actually say something and make a change.
Yeah,
and,
I think it's about sticking together, isn't it? It's about kind of being a group.
And also, you made a really good point before about how clothes are the only thing that separate us from other animals. Yeah.
Having the freedom of choice. We dress ourselves, don't we? And fashion is an expression of your personality, of what you want. But yeah, you don't really see animals wearing clothes. They don't make
My
that
mum
choice.
puts a coat on my dog. It's really annoying.
Not sure that counts. But again, he probably joins in with that quite happily.
She don't get it out of the wardrobe herself. Do you know what I mean?
I think it's just conformist, isn't it? To break the chains of what people would expect, and to not necessarily be PC, and
Well, we
push
was
the
born
boundaries.
without clothes, weren't we? We was born. We're supposed to have no clothes on.
We're all born naked, and the rest is drag.
Well, I mean, for 50 years, hair has been making a difference on stage, changing people's minds and sharing opinions. It continues to do so at Wolverhampton's Grand Theatre from the 23rd to the 27th of July. 01902 429212, the box office number, or grandtheatre.co.uk. Get there and see these guys doing their stuff on stage. But thank you all.
Thank you.
Peace.
Peace and love.